Hey there, YouTubers. CJ Long here, my first official video. What I am going to attempt to do is get a YouTube page started with the ins and outs of solar. I have been in sales for the better part of my life, probably around 25, 26 years, 47. Started when I was 18 years old. Been pretty successful over the last 25, 27 years, whatever, of car sales. Started when I was 18. Quit college because fiance was pregnant and freaked out my entire family. They thought I was absolutely nuts for this. Like, why in the world would you quit school to go sell cars? But, hey son, I'm doing a video. So you want to go upstairs for a little bit so they can finish this real quick? So obviously, they said, raw and uninterrupted, real life, man. It happens, right? You're going to have it. So 2 more children. I have twin boys that are 4 years old as of the day after Christmas. So we have a lot going on here at the Long household, I'll tell you. We'll get into that much later. We have a ton of time to cover everything. So recently joined a company called Atlas. A young man named Avery owns and runs and operates it. He's actually from Kentucky, where I'm from. Miss it dearly. It's a beautiful place. Currently in Columbus, Ohio. Job market is the reason we moved up here. Money's so much better in Columbus because there's more people. Kentucky's beautiful, just not as many people to sell to, and obviously more people to sell to means more money to make. So I moved up here back in 2000 to do cars with my family. Anyways, so long story short, since COVID happened, the car market has really pretty much took a nosedive and has pretty much dropped off and isn't performing the way it should be, anywhere. Commissions dropped way down. It got to the point where I was making about half of what I was making doing something else. Doing almost anything else. I probably could have went to McDonald's, to be honest with you, and made more money than an experienced car salesman in the car business. I'm not going to name drop the dealership I was at because I think they're a great company, good group of guys. It was a Honda store here in Columbus. Actually, one of my best friends, John, works at the Honda store and is doing okay. He's not happy. He's just not making enough to satisfy his needs, so he's looking for something else. I found this solar company through Indeed. And I called and obviously got the gig. I have, like I said, 27 years of sales experience, proven track record, been successful doing it. Sales trainer, sales manager, finance manager, opened and ran stores, trained sales staff. I'm awesome at meeting people, and basically you get good at selling by being straight with people, not lying to them, being upfront and honest about everything. And trying to actually give a person what they want instead of what you want them to get, and that's an important thing. Anything in sales, I think, to be successful at, and you can take this to the bank, is you have to believe in what you're selling. For one, you have to enjoy it. First of all, you got to be something that you see personally a need for. Everybody has a need for a car. Everybody's got to have transportation. I'm a car guy, so I loved it. But my family thought I was crazy when I did it. Just to revert back to the beginning, fiance ended up pregnant after I started college, and I dropped out. Guy I went to church with had offered me a job as a sales guy at a used car lot during my first semester. After my first semester, and during break, I had went to work for him and ended up making like 30 grand back in 1996 in like 3 months. And then I brought that back home and showed grandparents and parents, and they were like, oh, well, yeah, maybe you should try this for a little while, duh. And it was a 6-figure job from there on out for my entire life. That being said, I'm fried, burning out with it. It's just the fun's not there anymore. It doesn't pay what it used to on top of the fun not being there anymore. But I love selling. So I did Kirby vacuums back for a few months before I went into car business, right out of high school. Was really successful at it. I just didn't like driving around in a van for 8 to 10 hours a day with a bunch of, I smoked weed pretty heavily back then, but a bunch of potheads knocking on doors, handing out air fresheners and paper towels, trying to get in people's homes and sell them an $1,800 vacuum sweeper that we would eventually settle for $800 cash if they would do it. But they're damn good sweepers. Don't get me wrong, and there's a lifetime warranty, so the value was there. I didn't ever see myself being a vacuum sweeper salesman. I didn't want to have that even on my resume, and it's not unless it gets brought up. But if you can sell vacuum sweepers to somebody, especially an $1,800 one, you can sell anything, and I can promise you that much. But so the reason I am doing the solar, I've been kicking the idea around for the better part of half a decade. And son, get down off my bed. The better part of a decade, and now I think it's just to the point where it's becoming a need. Electric bills, I noticed mine go up like 28% in the last year, and it has an annual increase of around 2%. So I know there's a need. I'm tired of paying the higher electric bills myself. And it's a pain in the butt with the economy the way it is, with things the way they are. Life is just hard, man. It's hard in general for everybody. You know, everybody's struggling, unless you're a doctor and a lawyer, or you own your own company or whatever, or you got independently wealthy because you won the lottery or somebody left it to you. Yeah, like the rest of us, we gotta scrape and borrow and beg and work your ass off and everything you can just to survive. And if that means taking a risk every once in a while, you take a risk, because usually there's no reward without some sort of risk, right? Usually 90% of the time, probably like 99% of the time, to be honest. But anyway, so it's my first week doing the solar gig. I have been through a couple of the training classes with Avery, my boss. What we did first is he's been doing it for about 5 or 6 years, and we sit down and we come up with a script, because most people have had millions of people, well, that's probably a little exaggerated, hundreds of people come by their house and try to sell them crap. You know, anything from a different energy provider, roofing, meat, vacuum sweeper, you know, magazines, freaking Girl Scout cookies, whatever. They've been by your house and knocked and tried to talk you into doing something. And a lot of us are like, oh, or internet sales, satellite dishes, alarm systems, you name it, and they're just sick of it, and they don't trust most of them. The reason I pick solar is I'm not needing to collect money from them. I don't carry equipment with me in my vehicle to present to them or anything like that. We literally save every single solitary person money by going solar, on top of increasing their property value, the difference of whatever the solar panels cost basically on the house. That is completely transferable to the next person who they sell the house to, if they ever sell the house. And if for some reason they have the money to buy it outright, they'll never have an electric bill again. So that's awesome. Plus, with all the programs and stuff that's gone on, there is zero upfront cost to do this. So the hard part about this job is going to be simply getting that person to answer the door, getting that person to trust you and believe what you're having to say, because you're literally there to save them money. That's all you're there to do. And if they'll listen to you, if they'll take, you got 30 seconds using the door, if they'll even listen to you without saying, nope, 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 not interested, not interested, you know, then you can maybe get somewhere and actually help that family a lot and save them a lot of money. At the same time, the commissions are pretty substantial. Average commissions, I've been told by Avery, who's been doing it 5 years, anywhere from $500 to $10,000, depending on how much that person gets solar panel wise and whether it's a business or a residence. But the average is around $5,000 commission on that job. They usually, most of these solar companies are going to pay you $1,000 to $1,500 to even $2,000 up front on that sale, when the bank funds the solar panels that are going to be installed on a customer's house. So the first part of your commission comes when the bank funds the deal for the sale on the solar deal at the house. Okay, so you're going to get, like I said, anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 up front. Then The difference of the commission comes after the solar's installed. So if it's a, you know, $20,000 job, your commission is going to be somewhere around $5,000 minus the 15 or $2,000 they gave you up front. So you can potentially make around $5,000 every time someone gets solar. Those are outstanding numbers. The average commission on a car, even in the heyday, was never close to anything like that. I mean, a high-paying commission is a $500 to $1,000. Most of the time, they're $200 to $300 per car, and in most places, your mini deals per car, as of right now, is $100 to $150. You have to sell a shit ton of cars, especially new cars, to make a living. You could sell 20 cars, which is a great number. I don't care who you are, a month. At a $100 mini a car, especially new cars, because you make less on new than you ever will use, because the incentives and rebates and the competition, you got to match the Chevy store across the street and the Chevy store across town with what you're doing right now. So it's just unbelievable. Hey, buddy, I'm shooting a video. Could you please go upstairs for a few minutes? I love you. Thanks. So that being said, I did that again. We had some family issues, a family emergency this last year. I had to stop doing it for a while. I got back into cars, and all the manager jobs were not available. So I just went ahead and said, hey, you know, I'll just sell cars. I've always made a ton of money doing that. Got back into it, didn't pay. Man, I did. I stayed with them for 2.5 months. And the first month I was there, it was slower than crap. I sold 10 cars. I didn't take any lot ups. I just got phone ups and internet leads, and I just did that. I'm good on the phone, so I don't have to go out and literally up people and do that crap anymore, chase people around a lot. But I did 10. I would have took ups if I had made more money on the 10 that I'd sold by doing it this way. I literally had a $500 commission. All the rest of them were 100. So yeah, you work 80 hours every 2 weeks, and you make, you know, I made a total of $1,400 before taxes, 30 days. My rent's $22,075, not counting utilities. Thank God my vehicles are paid for, but you do the math. $1,400 before taxes, and you're not even paying your rent. You're not paying your insurance. You're not paying your cell phone bill. Luckily, my fiance gets some government assistance, food stamps, and some Social Security because she has cystic fibrosis. So, amongst other issues that she's having right now, health related, God bless her. She's the toughest woman I've ever been around in my life. I love her to death. We'll talk about her later on down the road in some of these videos, and she'll probably show up in some of them. She's very supportive. She knows that I'm good at this. My ex-wife knows I'm good at this. She was supportive over the years. I got 2 grown children. I got a 26-year-old son, Bradley. Awesome kid, very proud of him. I'm a grandfather now. I got a 1-year-old son. I got twin boys, Cash and Kingston. They are 4. This one here won't let me even film my first video for YouTube without messing it up in the background. But it's part of it. So they said to make these things as real and as raw as can get, baby, and they don't get any more real and raw than that. Anyways, back to the track of selling solar. So I'm gonna let you guys follow me and my experiences of what it's gonna be like. So the last week, I've been to a few training classes with him. It's just been basically one-on-one sessions at the place I'm at. He fired everybody before Christmas. He had caught a few of them doing some things they weren't supposed to. I don't know all the details, but he let them go and decided to clean house and restaff everybody, and hired me to help restaff the office and help him get the business doing what it's supposed to do. And I'm happy for the opportunity to try something new, especially if it pays what they're saying it's going to pay. So today I went out and I was helping train one other new person, a friend of mine that I brought in, and it's cold. It was 24 degrees and snowing. The very first thing this morning, my new truck that I got was a used truck. It's a 05. It's new to me. Traction control light came on, engine light came on, went into limp mode. I had to bring it home and drive my fiance's vehicle for the day. Come to find out, it was just a sensor. It went bad on the truck, thank God. So got that fixed this evening. But that's how my day started out. I started filming a video this morning in the truck, and then this happened right after the fact, and then so I had to revert to trying to figure out my truck problem, so I wasn't able to make the video, so that's why I'm making one now. But yeah, so went out in the field with her. Time we got to the field after training with her, it was brutal. It was brutally cold and very painful and hard. So that was a problem for us today. But I got through it with her. I kind of fumbled through our scripts. This is the first time that I've actually knocked on doors trying to use these scripts that we came up with, and I got them here. The script that I wrote, I just have this notepad with the script that we've went through, and a lot of it was some good YouTubers. There's a guy named Taylor McCarthy. He's like one of the top solar sales reps, or from what I can tell, in the country. And there's another one who's not just a solar, but he's a sales rep. His name's slipping me right now, but I'll bring him up because people either kind of shoot me when I don't mention his name, because he's just awesome. I got a script from him last night that was just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to read the scripts to you, and I mean, you guys can leave comments. I mean, if you want, I guess that's how this stuff works. Like I said, I've never had a YouTube channel. You're welcome to like my stuff. I guess if that matters, which I think it does, monetarily speaking, maybe one day I could make money doing this. That'd be fucking awesome. But I'm not gonna hold my breath. Basically doing these videos for personal catalog, and also if I can help somebody. I love training people how to sell, and it's basically just being yourself, enjoying what you do, having good enthusiasm, having voice inflection, making it easy and not so overbearing for customers, making them feel like you guys known each other forever is important. Meet and greet, build rapport, find common ground. You know, the 10 steps to the road to the sale for a car business is meet and greet, build rapport, qualify, select a vehicle, presentation, demonstration, trial close, TO, and or follow up with that client. And you do those 10 steps perfectly and master them, and you'll have the car business down. Other than learning your product, because if you're new cars, it changes every year because the cars change every year. New stuff comes out, new technology, that kind of stuff. Used cars, it's not as stringent because you don't have to be certified on them. If you get in a new car program, you have to get certified, and most stores to get the better parts of the commission, because you get paid off of your customer surveys when you sell new as well as your commission. So if you're doing a lot of new cars, you're going to see a lot of mini commissions, so you better get good surveys, because that's a big part of your pay that's going to come through. But would you please go upstairs, son? Okay. So I got out of that, like I told you guys, because of the money situation and wanting to do better for not just myself but my family, and to be able to provide for them in the right way. Anyways, so sales script, first one that I got was made by me and Avery, my boss. He said what you need to do when you knock on the door is do an icebreaker, which basically means say a joke or something goofy or corny, comment on their vehicle, their yard, their house across the street, their neighbor, anything dumb just to make a joke. An icebreaker, man, how much is a polar bear weigh? Just enough to break the ice, or something stupid, you know. Anything just to make them smile. Say something stupid, I guess is what he's saying. So here's how the script goes that he's came up with. Hey, just wanted to make sure I'm in the right place. And use your finger. And we have an app that actually tells us the name of the people that live in these homes, how much they paid for the home, roughly their credit score, because to get the solar installed, they have to have roughly a 640 or higher credit score with good pay history, be on the deed of the house or the mortgage, and you know, and not have any you know, any bad marks, I guess, on your credit that would keep you from being able to purchase $20,000. Because I guess if you can afford a house and you're making your mortgage payments on time, and your other car stuff, you're going to have a 640 or higher credit score anyways. But I guess the minimum qualifications he was saying is around 640 or higher. You got to be on the deed, okay? and you've got to be in like a non-historical, like I guess historical society homes in different areas of different towns. They don't let you do solar because of the house, but other than that, pretty much anybody can get it. No, I think no trailers, but pretty much just about anybody else can get it. Anyway, so the script goes to this: knock knock, you do your icebreaker. Hey, how much does a polar bear weigh? Just enough to break the ice, or whatever dumb crap you want to say to make them smile. Then you would lead into, hey, just wanted to make sure I'm in the right place. Is this still the Smith residence? Wait for their answer. I was just talking to one of your neighbors down the street, Sally, and I was wondering, did you guys also get the 28% rate increase that AEP put out? Wait for their answer, and you kind of just make small talk with them. We have been getting a lot of fucking calls, man, in this neighborhood about how high the rate increase would be, and they were wanting to switch over to solar. And what that would cost. So I'm canvassing this area. I've been designated this area of Columbus as my territory to come to. I'm part of the design team actually, and my job is super simple. I stop by all the houses that I think would possibly qualify for our program. And the reason I picked out yours, because there's no tree blockage, there's no buildings or anything in the way blocking your direct sunlight. You have a south-facing roof, and you don't have any real weird architecture, any steep roof areas that would make it hard for us to install this. So we believe your house would be perfect for this program. And then we're supposed to go to show the slicks. So the slicks are these laminated plastic jobs. One is the AEP bill for this lady Brenda after she got it installed. She lives here in Ohio, Gahanna, but her bill is $0 now, and actually she saved, and this is a real bill actually, she got credit of $16.75 on this bill, and her monthly bill is $0 from the electric company. Okay, so you still get a monthly bill that's a $0 from the electric company, and if you live in the Ohio area or part of one of the AEP customers, you'll get an AEP bill no matter what, but it'll be a statement. It still have your usages and things on it, and the fact that it's $0. Then after you go over that and show them that, you would say, this is what we did for Brenda. There was a law that passed, this is the script back, there was a law that passed called the IRA that helps cover all of the out-of-pocket costs to go solar. Okay, and it's true. When somebody gets this, they don't have to give any money down unless they want to. Just like with buying a car, if you put money down, it's going to make your end payment less. Okay, so you can put as much as you want down. You can pay cash for the solar if you want to, but you can put as much as you want down. That helps lower your bill too, but you don't have to. Even if you put nothing down, your payment is still going to be 30 to 40, sometimes up to 50% less than what your average electric bill is, and that is going to be a fixed payment. So we do 3 ways of purchasing. You have a lease of the equipment, you have a loan for the equipment, or you pay cash for the equipment. Lease is a little bit cheaper than the other two. Actually, I don't know, I don't think that's true. I think a cash deal would be the cheapest, but I don't know a whole lot of people nowadays that have $20,000-$30,000 saved up to pay for solar, let alone anything else. So most people will do the lease. So we would go next on the script. Have you seen this graph on the bill? So you'll show them the bill, the slick, or the graph. Most people have seen the graph. I don't care if you're in Ohio or California, your bill is going to have a graph on it showing your usage. So you'd say, have you seen the graph on your AEP bill? All I do is send that to my energy consultant, and he makes a report specific to your home showing how much solar you can save. Do you get a bill online or on mail? And they say, no, I get it online. Great. Could you pull that could you go ahead and pull it up for me? I'll be right back. I got to check your meter real quick, and I'm gonna look at that while you're pulling the bill up. So you would run around, we're not doing anything in the meter, I guess, other than to kind of eyeball it and say, yeah, he's got one, because apparently that's just to kill time to let them get their bill ready, but it still needs to be said. I've watched some of these videos. Some of these sales reps are saying they don't even ask for the bill. They say, do you know what your average electric bill is? Great. And they'll kind of say, well, here's how much basically we can save, because he knows, I guess from doing this for a while, that he's going to average this much less on their monthly bill. Okay, so after, but with my script in my town, then the next part would be to confirm their name, address, and everything, their information matches what's on the bill, that they're on the deed as well as their electric bill. And then, do you have a number, telephone number in case I'm running behind? Do you have an email that I can send the report to? And then when you're done with that, and you say, hey, listen, he's right down the road. He's finishing up with another client. He should be done here with about an hour, hour and a half to come by and visit you. Or would 6 or 7 be better? And then they'll say 6 or 7, or they'll say an hour, or they'll say, nah, man, next week or whatever, probably be the best time. Then great, what time next week would work for you? And then you get that information and you write it down. And then you send a picture of the graph, the customer's information to your manager, or what we're calling the energy consultant. He's going to work up the figures, and then so when he goes back for the appointment, he's pretty much already knows exactly what he's going to say, how much more it's going to save them, and give them their 3 options to purchase. So there's really no trickery. We're not trying to trick the customer. The only trickery that we're trying to do with the customer is just get them to listen to us, man, because you really are saving them. I mean, you're not ripping them off. It's really increasing the value of their home. It's really lowering their utility costs, and it's really gonna make sure they never have a electric bill again when it's paid for. And it really is awesome. Everyone should be having solar if you can, just like everyone should be getting free energy if we could. And the fact that we don't already have it, it blows my mind. I don't know what kind of world this is, man. I mean, they found ways for cars to run on water, for Pete's sake. They killed that guy, or ended that guy's existence. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. What I gotta take that back. Yeah, well, anyways, he continued to live because he invented a vehicle to run on water. Ceased to live is the discontinued his existence. However, the polite way, I got to figure that out. Hope that doesn't mess my first video up. Otherwise, and then so after that, then say, and the last part says, don't worry if for some reason we can't save you money on this report. We will text you and let you know. We won't leave you hanging, but we won't come by. We won't bother you with other options. If the program doesn't work for you at this time, we'll put you on the list, follow back up with you. We're not going to come by and even do anything with you, okay? But we'll let you know and let you know why. But other than that, are we still good for 12:30? 6 o'clock, whatever time you guys agree on. And also, repeat, you remember, you know the time, right? So just be prepared. You don't really have to have anything handy, but I'd have your bill around just so he can double check, make sure that I didn't send him anything wrong. I just want to make sure that everything's right. Other than that, you know all your other information that you'll need, and that's just one script basically and rundown. So other than that, I'm gonna cut the video off and just show you a couple things that I had got from him. I got a polo, or not polo, but a toboggan with the name on it. I had got a mask, which I'm not gonna probably wear because I don't wear these kinds of things. It's just not my style. And I got a couple hats that have our company logo on it, and I got a couple of these shirts that say our name on it. Okay, or Atlas. That being said, folks, I'll let you know how it goes. Today was a bus getting appointment. After we finally got the field, we knocked about 10 doors before our hands were numb and it started getting dark. So I will let you know tomorrow. But anyways, Jeremy Long is my name. CJ is what I'm going by now. I will follow up, man. I wish all y'all a great evening, and I hope to see you back here. Thanks. Bye.